on cards looks a little bit funky. It's because I'm streaming from my Linux partition this morning, which renders text a little bit different than Magic Online does natively. Magic Online decided this morning it no longer wanted to launch on my Windows 10 partition, so instead of fighting with that and figuring out why it wouldn't launch, I just rebooted and it seems to be working fine here, so God bless Linux. What's going on, Wannabe Beetle? If we turn one somebody. See, I am always a fan of trying to turn one people. Always a fan of trying to turn one people. I think this hand's actually fine on the draw rate. It needs a land, but we just get to move to hand size on one and then probably kill them on 3. Yeah, I know the troubleshooting steps, Rick. I just didn't feel like going through them this morning. I suppose because I have this Night's Whisper, I can also play my lands out here, and then turn 2, I get to cast Night's Whisper and discard this to hand size. So because we drew this extra land, I'm actually going to play the land and pass the turn. Because if we move to hand size to discard the Griselbrand this turn, we're still not comboing till 3 anyways. Hey, Moro Sith with the $10 donation. Thanks for that, bud. I appreciate it. Where's my dashboard? Bomat Zoo, perfect. Thank you. We'll get that at the end today, which is going to be a while because today's going to be a long stream. It's going to be a long one. My goal is to play 8 decks today. Alright, so Chalice on 1 doesn't really matter for our combo. Looks like they're playing Eldrazi. If they have a Thought Knot Seer here, they can take our Goryo's Vengeance away, which would kind of suck. Hopefully they have a Relic of Progenitus in their hand that they drew for the turn. Yeah, another one of the 8 decks I want to play today is Narset Cannon too, so that'll be a quick one as well. We might actually be able to floop out a Piggy before we even get going here. So I get to go ahead. I have Borby already, right? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll Shoal, cast Splicing additional spells. So we'll pitch this guy, and then we're going to splice Desperate Ritual here, exiling the monkey and tapping our land. So that puts us to 15, which lets us draw 14 more cards. And then, actually, I already have a Nourishing Shoal, so I just need another worm here. Actually, I can pitch the Manamorphose too. Yeah, so we go ahead and we cast this Desperate Ritual. Yeah, Apparent didn't get the memo that Chalice isn't very good in Modern. That's correct. So we're going to pitch a worm and splice additional spells. We're going to splice Through the Breach onto here. And after Through the Breach, after this resolves, we'll put the this other little piggy into play. And these little piggies are going to go wee, wee, wee all the way home. What's going on, Libo? Yeah, we're going to be around all day today. Long Friday stream. Our combo deck doesn't really care about Chalice of the Void. In fact, that's why we have 2 copies of it over here. All right, Brutality out. I think I'm just gonna board in 2 copies of Bontus. It seems fine. He's dead. He's dead. Mercy. Maybe trim a Desperate Ritual here. Usually you shave one of those. Yeah, I mean, you're also just like Spree for Relic. Do I really care about Relic that much? I think Spree for Relic's a little bit narrow. I think I'd rather just beat Relic by either waiting for them to tap out or just like breaching them. I guess the cost I'm bringing Spree in is kind of low. I don't know. I really hate boarding too much with this deck. Against decks that are kind of slow, Chalice on 2 is bad for us. That's true. That's true. Chalice on 2 is pretty exceptionally bad for us. Guess maybe that makes this fine. What do I want to cut? I guess if I'm expecting them to have a bunch of relics, I could trim a Goryo's Vengeance. Though the fact that my opponent could put Chalice on 2, I think makes it meaningful to board these sprees in. It's a really good thought. Hey, Adam with the brand new tier 3 subscription. Thank you very much for that big sub. Be sure to drop me a private message and let me know what you would like your big sub donation deck for the month to be. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I like that. Trimming a Borby is fine, I think. Oh, Persip. This hand's kind of mediocre, right? It doesn't have any way to draw more cards. Doesn't have a way to get it doesn't have a thing. It doesn't have a way to get a thing in the bin. Only thing it has going for it is like this through the breach. Now, you cut Borborygmos pretty often. You don't, especially when your opponent's going to be like disrupting your graveyard. A lot of the time you just like play for Breach Worm. Like this hand here, I'm going to go ahead and bottom this. We're just like looking for a Griselbrand or a Worldspine Wurm. A lot of times you beat Graveyard Hate by just breaching them. Pithing Needle, stuff like that too. It's another reason to bring in Shattering Sprees. Yeah, you should drop me a whisper message again, Adamp, so that way I have a reminder. Just send me a message and say, hey, this is Adamp on Twitch for the tier 3 sub. Just so helps me track it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because I don't update the spreadsheet live while I'm streaming. There's just too much going on. This is a pretty good start for them. Eldrazi Temple with Disruption. Faithless Looting. Yeah, I'm in the market for a Faithless Looting. Second Breach. Second Breach is actually pretty good here because it means that we'll be able to have a Through the Breach if they play a Thought-Knot Seer. A Full Metal Adept with the $15 donation. Managed to catch Green Black Elves on YouTube yesterday. Thanks again for playing. Can we get another copy in the queue? 10 out of 10 Full Metal. Thank you for the support. I will get that re-added after we're done today. Glad you enjoyed the YouTube VOD. I think I'm just passing here. They didn't have a Thought-Knot Seer, which is pretty good for us. Maybe they just like kept their hand on the backbone of this. That's true, Justin. There's a lot of money. If there's cut the line donations, I don't even have to update them in the spreadsheet. Do I want to flashback looting here is the question. I guess I'm kind of looking for a threat, and I'm kind of looking for another thing, and the fact that they didn't have a Thought-Knot Seer means one of these breaches is technically extra. Okay, that's not bad. This is kind of an interesting decision. I think I'm definitely binning the second breach since they didn't have a Thought-Knot Seer. Do I want to bin the Temple? I guess the likelihood of me getting to breach next turn is pretty low, so I'm actually going to bin the Desperate Ritual, I think, and just like keep my mana sources. I assume we're going to get Smashered or Endbringered next turn. Like, if they kept a hand that only has Pithing Needle for the first 4 turns, that seems exceedingly loose. Of course, Ginger. Timeouts are always complimentary here. It's Walking Ballista. Could be a Chalice on 2. Okay. This is working out well for us. And I think at this point, I want to go ahead and fire up the Shattering Spree on these two. I'm going to bottom that, just in case they have another Chalice. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out, just in case, like, if they rip a Thought-Knot Seer, I really want to make sure these things are off the table, so... This also means, like, if I draw a Griselbrand next turn, I'll be able to breach the Griselbrand and draw cards with it. Which would be nice. Really looking for like Night's Whisper. If we don't draw a creature to breach in, we're looking for like a Night's Whisper, something that will let us kind of generate some velocity. This is all Eldrazi spells, Ring of Thought Knot. Feels bad. I guess if they take the breach here, I just like Bontus and clear this and draw a card. I think I'm pretty okay one for winning Bontus on this board. I'm doing well, Digitech. Yeah, so maybe I was too aggressive with that Faithless Looting, and I should have waited to play it out when I had more cards I didn't want in my hand, because like binning the extra breach after they draw Thought Knots here feels pretty rancid. This is a matchup where not having Blood Moon in my sideboard is potentially bad, but I wanted to try playing Leyline of Sanctity today because Blood Moon's been pretty mediocre overall in the sideboard of this deck, I feel. Reality Smusher. So did I just bid my hand to keep my health a little high here? I think I do. No, the standard video had medium results in terms of people watching it, and I really didn't enjoy the deck that we played, which could have just been that deck. But then there's also the consideration of like there's just so many people making standard content. Like for instance, if I refresh the Twitch page right now, there's standard. Like most of the top people are playing standard and limited, so like there's a large swath of people providing standard content and not a ton that provide modern content consistently in Legacy. This could definitely be a hard cast Griselbrand game, you're not wrong. Our lands don't untap there because we played Bontu's last turn. This isn't a terrible draw. This makes Faithless Looting into Griselbrand live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 mana towards Eldrazi's. Do other streamers really say that? I don't know what they use to drive their data, but maybe it's just my channel because we built up a modern community here. But yeah, the modern content is much more successful than standard by and large. Yeah, the vintage video is actually doing pretty well on YouTube last I checked, so there's a non-zero chance we do like one vintage league a week or so, I think. You're a wizard, Jeffrey, with the $68 donation. Wizards next, please. Is that something that's in my queue? Is Wizards something that's in my queue? Blue, red Wizards. Justin. I'm assuming that was Justin. Justin, you know the rules. The rules are that in order to rearrange my schedule, I need a $100 donation. And I don't want to give you special treatment. Them's just the rules that we have laid out. Them's the rules. So that puts Wizards at the top of the queue. So we'll start with Wizards first thing tomorrow night. Because I'm probably going to be live tomorrow night. We're pretty dead here, right? Yeah, because they're going to ping us and then attack us and then ping us. Yeah, not only that, Dio, but like standard content doesn't have any long... I appreciate the donation, by the way, Justin. Thank you. The standard content doesn't have any longevity either. Like let's say, you know, 6 months from now, somebody wants to build Grishoalbrand. They're going to be able to look up Grishoalbrand on YouTube and like watch my videos from the last year and pretty much have them all be relevant still. Whereas standard content 6 months from now, it's basically no longer going to get any views on YouTube. We definitely slogged through some interesting decks, yep. This hand's okay. It's like, yeah, I think this is fine. The double Night's Whisper means we could have mostly anything. Nourishing Shoal with Wurm also means like we have a lot of time to buffer our health, which is nice. Breach. Breach is interesting. I think I'm gonna keep Breach here. We need some lands at some point, but we already have the Wurm for the Breach, which means we could threaten to floop that into play. Like, they've already shown that they have a lot of hate cards for actual combos, so like having the Breach Wurm makes for a good series. I'm a wizard, Jeffrey. Blah, blah, blah. I forgot. Thank you, Justin. Okay, we're playing Blue-Red Wizards next then. Are YouTube views that relevant? I mean, YouTube makes a non-zero amount of money, but also just like it makes the content in general more valuable for people. It means I have more content that exists for people in the long term. Come on, don't turn to Thought Not Me. I fucking hate this card so much. And I realize we're doing something obnoxious too, so I guess I really shouldn't complain. It's just like, why is this card legal? These cards should not be legal, but that's a rant for another day. If you're playing Griselbrand, you really shouldn't complain about anything anybody else is doing in Modern, because this deck is the single most fucked up thing you can be doing in Modern. This deck is I'm aware that the deck we are playing is the single most messed up thing that can be going on. I queue up Jeff YouTube's videos that I missed that day for the last day or two. I get to see so many more sweet decks. That's awesome. What'd they take? I took my other Night's Whisper. If I draw a mana source, I get to Through the Breach them this turn. Come on. Come on. Can we punish this, please? Give me a land. Give me a land. Give me an untapped land. Untapped land, Spirit Guide, Ritual. Yes. All right. All right. God bless Splice into Arcane Tribal. Maybe they didn't realize. I'll bet you they didn't realize how Splice into Arcane worked and didn't realize that we were going to floop a pig into play this turn. And this little piggy went wee, 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 all the way home. Wee, wee, wee. And this little piggy drew 7 cards. And then this little piggy drew 14 cards. And then this little piggy drew 21 cards. And this little piggy drew 28 cards. Look at all that mana. We need some more. Looking for another Spirit Guide here. Looking for Spirit Guides and Shoals. Rant, Jeff. Embrace your hatred. Let the hate flow. Like I don't want to go full DeCandio here. I think we can all just calm down. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Well, there's some worms and some shoals. All right, and some monkeys. Did I find my ritual yet? I have the ritual too, right? First, good morning. Second, are you content enough in the Norn Tremors list? Yeah, I think the last build we played was pretty reasonable. I mentioned at the end the couple of cards that I wasn't 100% sure of. All right, so this is going to be Shoal, Splice, Ritual. God, we just have all the choice here. This is so great. Just like turn 1 Cage, turn 2 Thought Not Seer you, kill you on turn 3. Just what is more modern than that, right? Just like turn 1 Disruption, turn 2 Nuts Disruption, turn 3 you're dead anyways. Thanks for playing. Have a good time. I think DeCandio's just at a point where he doesn't understand that it's okay if he doesn't enjoy Modern, and he needs to stop playing on the SCG tour if he doesn't enjoy Modern. Like that's where it comes from. Like he wants to play SCG tour events, and I understand that, especially personally I understand that, but like if you want to play SCG tour events, you need to enjoy Modern. If you don't enjoy Modern, you're not going to enjoy playing SCG tour events. All right, let's draw the rest of our deck here so we can draw our Borborygmos. The opponent definitely took the wrong card with their Thought Not Seer, and it's not particularly close. There's actually 14 cards left in our deck exactly here. Can I get those bits towards Hollow One? 10 out of 10. In fact, let me open my spreadsheet here, or my notepad. Thank you for the bits. Cast Manamorphose and die right. In fact, I need to make sure I accidentally don't click on a draw spell. Okay, so there's Borby. So I'm gonna pitch this Spirit Guide, and there's a Through the Breach over here somewhere. There it is. There's the Through the Breach cast. Put this little pig into play, and this little piggy goes wee 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 all the way home. Love watching pigs being flooped while at work, right? God bless us. Like I said, you can't, if you're gonna play this deck, it means you can't complain about what anybody else is doing in Modern, because this deck is the most obnoxious thing you could be doing in Modern, and it's not particularly close. Oh, that's just some good clean living right there, huh, chat? I almost started complaining, and then I realized what I was doing. I was trying to watch Todd Stevens' past stream to learn about Green White Value Town, but huge chunks of the videos have no sound because he likes music. I want to say thank you for not having crappy music, videos edited by Deck, and YouTube uploads. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed Valakut. Yeah, I don't understand the whole music thing. Actually, I do understand the whole music thing. People that make content want to borrow other people's content to supplement their own. So I get that. It's harder to be on and making content and trying to talk more throughout the entire stream if you don't have music going. Bingo is here. Yeah, also, I could, if I'm some people use the thing they want to listen to music while they stream. I can listen to music through my headphones without you all hearing it because I understand how OBS works. So that's also an option. How does one dress as a splice onto Arcane, right? If you want to listen to my terrible music ever, here you go. There's a link to my station that's got Too Much Linkin Park and Rise Against and Paramore. Somebody promised me a $20 donation if we killed them on turn 1. So this hand can kill them on turn 1 if Griselbrand is in our top 3 cards, so we're going to keep it. Griselbrand. All right, I'm not here to not go for the turn 1 chat. Damn it, we're so unlucky. Just the unluckiest. Just the gosh darned unluckiest. If we would have hit Griselbrand here, we would have gone Swamp, Pitch Spirit Guide, Goryo's Vengeance, or Piggyback. Alas, we are very unlucky, chat. So what are you playing this weekend? Also, best of luck. I am playing Magic for 12 hours today on stream. You can look at all the decks we have in the queue by typing !donation queue. And then aside from that, I am just playing with my kids at a family cookout tomorrow. Look at that bad beat. It was literally the next card. All right, so I think we actually want to pitch Spirit Guide and flashback Faithless Looting here, because if my opponent has Thought Knot Seer next turn, I don't want them to take my Grizzle Daddy away. And I have 2 Goryo's Vengeances, so they can't take both of those. Yeah, definitely, Wesselmose. Did Nivik ask about cutting? Nivik, hypothetically, if I were to spend $100 for a Cut the Line, would it cut in front of Justin's? Yeah, technically Justin sent in 99 and there was something that already had 1 point from sitting in there for a day. You have to beat whatever, so 101. Yeah, you got to beat 100. You have to be 101. It's no turn 2 play. Oh, look, and we drew a shoal. Okay. This little piggy can come into play. My opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. I used to play this deck like crazy and love watching it. At the end of my run with it, I ended up subbing my main deck Lightning Axe for a Necrotic Ooze, and allows you to just win the game with Bolt on the Yard. Thoughts? That's interesting. I don't know, Lightning Axe is pretty valuable as like random removal, but it's interesting to see the redundancy from that card. 4 mana is a lot too, though. I'm unsure. This deck is textbook why Spirit Guide should. It is this, like, if there was a thing that showed why Simian Spirit Guide should not be legal in Modern, this is the deck that I would put up there. Yeah, Lightning Axe is also very good in a format full of humans, I agree. In fact, if you're expecting to see a lot of humans, honestly, a second Lightning Axe in the 75 isn't a terrible idea. New chat is awesome. What's new about the chat? The chat's the same, right? This deck isn't playable without Simian Spirit Guide. You need Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, the no delay. Yeah, the no delay is fucking sick. Yeah, it's very great. So for those of you that aren't following, Justin cut the line for Blue-Red Wizards. So we're going to be playing Blue-Red Wizards in the league after this one. So we're going to finish this league up, and then we're going to play Blue-Red Wizards. The rest of the decks I still plan to play today. They're all just going to get moved down one. Keep your hands off my... Look, at this point, I'm pretty convinced that Mox Opal and Simian Spirit Guide are always going to be Modern legal. I really feel like if they were going to ban one of those two things, it would have happened already. Alright, I think I'm just trimming a Ritual and salty bits for Justin. I am the most powerful wizard. You're not wrong, Justin. How long have I been a Paramore fan? I don't know, a decade? I'm 27. More than a decade. How long has Paramore existed? Probably about since they existed. I wouldn't complain if they banned Burning Inquiry. I think Burning, for the record, Burning Inquiry does not need to be banned on a power level basis, but from a pure misery of game point basis, it's a reasonable ban. Unlike slide cutters, don't be like Justin. I am only 27. My thinning hairline and my 2 children make me seem much older than I am. Make me seem much older than I am. What am I keeping this? It's got like 2 pieces of fast mana and a breach and a Griselbrand, so I guess I'm keeping this. Like, that's true, Punishing Waterfalls, but I really feel like the way Burning Inquiry creates miserable gameplay is kind of unique. He may be 27. Look, I was often told by older people that I had an old soul growing up, which basically just meant I was bitter from a young age. All right, I mean, if this Faithless Looting is the Eldrazi Mimic, that is definitely a Modern legal card. It's definitely a Modern legal card. Turn 3 Karn takes a lot out of you, ain't that the truth? Man, that's a beating. We like bricked off on a land tier. There is Prison in the pipeline. There is. I'm playing the list almost card for card that won the Classic. How much to knock Justin the game? Justin's deck has 100 points. So if you wanted, he donated $100 for it. So if you want to cut Justin as the next deck in this league, it's a $101 donation or more. You know, Wilson Vita with the 3-month Twitch Prime resubscription, a quarter of a year. Welcome back. I watched an old deck tech from 2013. He always looked like you have a 401k. Right? I'm old and sad. Do I double Spirit Guide Cathartic here? I think I'm supposed to double Spirit Guide Cathartic here, right? Is that nuts? Is that nuts? Look, I didn't always have a thin hairline. Like, I'm gonna prove I used to have hair, okay? It's really easy. God bless Facebook having pictures for a decade. Look at that. This is the prove Jeff once had hair picture. Look at that. Look at that fucking smug smile too. It is great. Used to have hair. Proof. All right. All right. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? Am I using the Cathartic Reunion here? Am I using all of the conversations created on Discord to help Mike land on that list? Sweet. I was 17 in that picture. I was 17 in that picture. You think we're supposed to wait a turn? I haven't played a land yet. I guess if they don't have a Thought-Knot Seer here, we get to Goryo's Vengeance next turn guaranteed, which is nice. It needs to be an emote? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. We could be like the Jeff Hair emote. Am I about to get surgically extracted? I really feel like I'm about to get... Put this towards Nivik's cause. Alright, Nivik, Cankle-Biter, thank you for the 5,100 bits. Okay. Hoogle Smug, that's not a bad idea. It's definitely a smug-ass teenager in that picture. Alright. What did they keep? Did they keep 7 cards this game? I have to go back and look. I don't remember if they kept 7 cards or not. Can I subscribe with Twitch on mobile? Subscribe. This link here will let you subscribe on mobile using your browser. Yeah, so now I just go Spirit Guide, cast Faithless Looting, bin this Borby. Also towards what Nivik is trying to do. They're working against you, Justin. They're working against you. Alright, flip this piggy into play. Because we have a troll community, you shall not pass. Justin just doubled up on wizards. He doubled up on wizards. All right. Thanks for the bits of the donations, folks. All right, thank you everyone for hanging out here today. We're 2-0. We're 2-0 here in this league with Grishoalbrand. We're going to be playing a bunch of Magic today. We're going to be playing 8, maybe even 9 decks today with the donations we just had. My name's Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's the best way you can help keep me here right after what Justin and the rest of the guys do. You can also support some of my stuff by supporting some of my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags. And of course, with all of our wonderful moderators here in the Hoagland stream, would like to welcome you to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderators who are complimentary. Timeout. Waiting for the next match to pop. What on earth is this? Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. Apparently we're doing this after Wizards. Alright. I'm gonna update the queue so people know what's coming. I'm gonna update the stuff. Alright. Alright, the stream title's updated. We'll update the queue here in a minute. Oh no, it's a money fight. Come for the Jake, stay for the complimentary timeout. Wizards currently has $201 behind it. And Soulflare currently has $101. We're going to play both of them. I promise, chat. I promise we're going to play both of them. Really, you don't have to throw more money at them. I promise we're going to play both. Indie Terror, thank you very much for the 1 month, the brand new resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome. What's going on, Morrison? Thanks for the bits. Chunky Buddha with the 5-month resubscription. Is it 121? Oh, right. Yeah, there's 50. Right. It's 121. Right. It is. I'm going to make a note. 121 for Soul, 201 for Wizards. So it is $80 to jump Wizards currently. Hey, Jonesy OG with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you, and welcome. I do appreciate that. I believe it's a week for Phyrexian. This is a bottom here, right? I don't have anything to floop into play yet. And we need to race because they're playing Storm. This stream is the best. Thank you. I appreciate it, G. Thanks for the support. Make that 79 to jump Wizard. Soul Flare now, please. Got it. I promise, I plan to be live for like 12 hours today. We're gonna play like 40 matches of Magic at a minimum. Okay? Like, not to be one that like... Okay, yep. First Soul Flare. All right, look at that. There's some points for Wizards. Okay, 124 to 204. More for Wizards. Up. The Wizards fans are here. The Wizards fans are here. Toward Soul Flare, thank you, Canklebiter. I appreciate it. all right. What are we doing? I think we're just supposed to Night Whisper here. Usually, you want a Faithless Looting later, so that way you can see more cards, have a better chance to put your Griselbrand in the bin. Justin is gonna put my kids through college. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So I have to move to hand size here anyways, which probably means I want a Spirit Guide looting. You shall not pass. I thought Nivik and I had come to an understanding, but damn the sudden inevitable betrayal. That's 261 for Wizards for people that are keeping track, and 144 for Soul Flare. So Wizards, I like I said, I swear we're gonna play both, chat. You don't have to keep fighting with your money. Not that my wife will complain, but I promise this isn't a scheme. We're gonna play both. All right, what are we doing? Need more money for red water. I have to discard 2 cards here. I definitely want the land. I want the Shoals, the Breach, and the Worm. Is it Manamorphose Ritual here? I guess I want the Ritual too. Extras, Soul Flare, choo. Yep, you know. I think this is a definition of Hoaglandia we're just trying to represent. Manamorphose does draw a card. I guess flooping this Worm into play actually isn't that good. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna bin these 2, I think. I think we need a Griselbrand, because like the Worm's gonna be too slow against Storm. Honestly, we might just we might die next turn. Okay, the fact that they haven't played a mana guy yet. Give me that soul. That soul flare. All right. What do you say when Curly decked last how work was? I say it was great. I think I'm bottoming this, right? We're just going to be flashing back Faithless Looting next turn. It's duck season. Wabbit season. The working people of the world unite. Oh, let's stand up for a little bit. I've been sitting for a while. All right. I assume we're dead here. This matchup's actually kind of hard for this deck. Although Leyline of Sanctity in the sideboard actually should help a pretty good amount in this matchup. Call me out, Jeff. This is to get a white flag emote for them. Chat, just let the Wizards win. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to play Soul Flayer 2. We're going to play the Soul Flayer 2. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. Can't say that I... Okay, so we're, that should be deterministically dead. And so part of the reason, the big reason... So how much money was made being live for 42 minutes? That was 141 in donations, 149 in donations for Soul Flayer and 281 for Wizards. So, you know, it's been an okay morning. It's been an okay morning. All right, I want these ley lines, right? Is this a brutality matchup? But I feel like throwing money away, how can you turn me down? That's true. I do like the bets. I do like the bets. Sounds like it does, actually. In fact, I might order takeout for lunch after all those donations. Normally I subsist on snacks, but we might take a 2-second break and order some. Panera does delivery now. Panera does delivery. It's quite fantastic. All right, what are we boarding out? I'm pretty sure we want the ley lines in. I want these lightning axes. Cathartic Reunion is rancid against decks that have remand in them, so let's board that right out. Panera is overpriced junk. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's not that much more than like Chipotle and other places like that, and it's like healthier than a lot of those. I don't know if I want the chalices. So with the inclusion of Leyline, I'm not sure if I want these chalices still. Like, so one of the things, and we talk about this a lot with decks like this, you don't want to over sideboard. Over sideboarding is a good way to lose yourself the game. It's a good way to lose yourself the game. I mean, Chipotle's not overpriced if you consider the fact that they give you enough food that it should be 2 meals for yourself. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Sofritas at Chipotle. They're just okay. They're worse than getting guac for free, in my opinion. I think I'm going to do this. I think I want to lean on not having chalices since I have ley lines. This hand... That's fucking terrible. It's so rancid that like that kind of shit happening. Just like, well, it's another one. There's just so many of them. Look, Rev, all I'm gonna say, Revan, is that if you didn't have a subscriber icon, I'd have given you a timeout for that comment. Yeah, yep, I agree, Shannon. If I didn't have ley lines, I would bring in chalices, but I want to try ley lines, and I think... Immortal, let them talk. Oh, why let that stop you? Alright, this hand is close, and because this hand is close and I have Leylines in my deck, I'm kind of inclined to mulligan for Leyline. Because, like, breaching in Wurm generally isn't fast enough against Storm. So, like, you actually need to be comboing in this matchup. Everybody can check close 7 into unkeepable 6 off their bingo cards. No, this is definitely a keep. I'm gonna bottom that. We could draw Faithless Looting. Soul Flayer is going to be 3rd. Wizards won the morning, or is winning the morning. It's 281 for Wizards and 149 for Soul Flayer. So Wizards is firmly ahead. It's okay. It's okay to let the Wizards win. Anything of $100 donation or more lets you cut the line for the day that I have set up. So Wizards has cut and Soulflayer is cut, so we're gonna adjust the schedule. We'll see. Maybe we'll see how we're feeling towards the end of the day. Maybe we'll do 10 decks today. We're gonna do at least 8 decks today, though. See how long that takes. Don't ignore my emote. I need my emote. I have an emote slot, actually, Justin. A white flag doesn't seem like a terrible idea. We don't have anything we can do, unfortunately, so we're going to pass back here. Option B, Wizards versus Soulflayers. To set the bar exceedingly low, since I started streaming Magic full-time, I've made more money this year than I made in 3 years of playing lots of competitive Magic. This is actually a job for me, whereas playing competitive Magic 30 weekends a year never came close to being an actual job in terms of the money it made. In playing competitive Magic every other weekend for every year for 3 years basically broke even. The sweet memes are made of these. It's really not that many more hours, Bagaboosh. If you think about it, a weekend is 48 hours and you travel outside of the weekend. When I would travel for a weekend, I would lose probably 60 hours that weekend, not to mention the countless hours through the week preparing to go on that weekend. So, like, there's a lot that goes into... There's a lot that goes into playing competitive Magic. Like, if you're playing competitive Magic and you aren't preparing during the week, you're basically wasting your time traveling on the weekends because you're not prepared for it. What's the best Death and Taxes / Hate Bear deck? That's like asking what the best smelling turd is. It really doesn't exist. Internet history, what's going on, Megaboosh? God bless you. Humans is the best Hate Bears deck. That's the truth. That's the truth right there. Humans is just the best Hate Bears deck. They binned Burrell, they binned unsubs, they took Remand and Ritual here. I'm not sure that we're gonna beat a Remand, chat. In fact, I'm gonna move on to the next one. This matchup's pretty hard for this deck. Our deck has some pretty volatile combo turns, but our average combo turn is definitely slower than Storm's average combo turn, and the fact that our Breach Worm kills aren't quite fast enough is a big deal as well. Have I played Humans? We've played Humans once or twice on stream before. It's a fine deck. I just don't find Humans to have particularly interesting lines of play. And so, like, while Humans is the deck you should probably be playing if you want to win a given Modern tournament, if you're just playing Modern for fun, I don't think it's particularly interesting. And no one's gonna donate. No one really donates to watch Humans, so it's not particularly interesting. This hand's terrible, right? Doesn't have any red mana. If it had red mana, I'd snap this off because it has these two. Happy memeing, love the vintage game Wednesday. Lomas love, Lomas life. Thank you for the 3-month free subscription, and thank you for the feedback on the vintage. The vintage video is actually doing pretty well on YouTube, which kind of surprised me. So, if it continues doing well, I think we're gonna add a regular vintage day to the queue. It kind of sucks. If they play a creature on when I get to kill them, right? Rats. Oh, the deck list for Soulflayer. I'll put Soulflayer. I'll add it to the queue here. Hold on. All right. Grixis Soul Flares in the donation queue now, and Blue Red Wizards has been pushed to the top. I don't normally update the queue while streaming, but for large donations we do, so they can cut the line. All right. This is for humans. Also, is putting Talrun in the board of my Teferi deck a flavor fail? Probably not. If I want to send you a deck to look at for potential donation, where should I send it? You should drop it to me on Twitter. Ooh, this probably means Ad Nauseam, right? Although Ad Nauseam usually plays the blue-black one. Huh. Probably a combo deck of some sort. Could be Enduring Ideal. Could be Enduring Ideal. Yeah, Ad Nauseam usually plays Dreadship Reef, the blue-black one. Really need a discard outlet. It does not get a thing into the bin. Oh, wow, that's a good line. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Thank you for the suggestion, chat. It's a good one. If I would have cast this last turn, I could have axed it this turn and then put Griselbrand into play. Yep, 10 out of 10 missed that line. And they could go off next turn if they're Enduring Ideal, because this makes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so they can Enduring Ideal this turn if they have it. Yeah, so if they go off this turn, it's definitely on me, because I could have, wait, a bunch of blue mana. Jace the Mind Sculptor, sure. All right, well, the important thing that we wanted to have happen there. All right, so they're doing something fair. Hopefully they don't have Negate or Spell Snare here. Tilt. Probably dead at this point. Hey, look, they figured out how they could play Jace on 5 and not die. You have to use Calciform pools. I think the only thing Jace really sculpts is wallets. All right, so I'm going to hold on to this Collective Brutality for now, because I want to use Brutality with its discard mode the turn we draw a Goryo's Vengeance. That way we can spot check to clear the way. Lava Runner is virtually Goblin Guide. And, yep. Man, look at this combo. Just, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. We're getting out memed, chat. We're getting out memed. All right, we're done here. We're done here. That was an Oath of Teferi for people that didn't see it. That was an Oath of Teferi. Pretty clean in out. Cathartic Reunion's bad against counterspells. Lightning Axe bad against light creatures. Pact of Negation extra brutality in. Oh, that's true, Bagaboosh. I don't know. We kind of know what they're doing, right? I think Chalice's stop cantrips is a little bit narrow. Again, you don't want to oversideboard with a deck like this. Oh, what a beat beetle. Nivik, for you, I'll bump Narset Cannon to be fourth. Just for you, Nivik. There was a lot of fighting. We'll definitely get to Kiki Core, but we can do memes first. It can be a memes first kind of morning. Hey, Chef Seth, thanks for the 2-month resubscription. Thanks for re-upping. I do appreciate that. So this hand doesn't do a whole lot just yet, but it's got a Night's Whisper on too, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Nourishing Shoal is actually very good against counterspell decks because we can splice the cards we actually want to resolve onto Nourishing Shoal. Yeah, and like, when you're playing against opponents that are playing decks that have heavy disruption, you don't really want to mulligan hands that have fast combos because they're going to disrupt you anyway. So you might as well just like keep hands that have plenty of resources in them. Yeah, right, Zach? Rest in peace. Boo. Boo, rest in peace. God, that's unlucky. But if you're out there, you're welcome. Yeah, whoever donated for Wizards probably wasn't expecting it to come up very soon. But here we are. Here we are. Should we have monkey looted since we are cleaning up anyways? Yes. Yes, we should have. Maybe? I don't know. The extra mana is kind of valuable. Actually, no. I don't think I'm supposed to. Because if I hit a land next turn, I can breach the worm. Almost dead last, Nivik. Yeah, I'm just going to breach the worm here. So, Shoal, pitch Shoal. Cast through the breach. If they have a Path to Exile, we'll just concede. Breach the worm is a good... You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This deck is full of euphemisms. Oh, it doesn't. For fuck's sake. All right, I'm done. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I forgot that Rest in Peace turns off Worldspine Wurm dying, and they had Griselbrand covered, and I didn't bring in Shattering Spree. I don't think you can afford to bring in Shattering Spree in that matchup. That much... I feel like this deck can't afford to beat permanent-based disruption and counterspells at the same time, so you kind of have to board for one or the other and hope you line up well with whatever their sideboard is. Classic Breach Ribbon to concede, right? We have this awesome Blue-Red Wizards deck to get to next. I don't know, it's probably... I don't even remember what's in this deck, but I assume it's awesome because I only accept donation deck lists if they're awesome. That's not true. Sometimes they suck, but... Yeah, this one looks awesome. Get in here. Get in here. So sometimes, all right, our definition of what's good and what's not is kind of loose, okay? They are awesome. Plays Infinity Rivulet's win condition, pick one. Hey, the prison deck is sweet, okay? The prison deck is sweet. This hand is very good. It needs a black source. It's the best deck. 80% of the stream is spent loading games, right? It's just like vintage. All right, I'm gonna return 2 pig. This little piggy's gonna hopefully go wee 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 all the way home. Oh, is this just gonna be like a Bird of Paradise or a Bogle? Oath of Nissa! That's such a cute spell to play on your one turn. Did you think you were gonna get another turn, opponent? That's adorable. Is this my favorite modern deck? This is my favorite. It's between this and Jeskai Ascendancy. I think I like Jeskai Ascendancy a little bit more than this deck. I also think Jeskai Ascendancy is probably a little bit worse of a deck, but I like getting to play all the cantrips, and I have a soft spot for Birds of Paradise. I have a problem. I have a weakness. Its name is Birds of Paradise. Man, where are my worms at? Where are my worms at? All right, whew. We were gonna brick off there for a second. Do I have any other? All right, we don't have spirit guides or rituals yet. You can check out the donation queue to see what decks we're going to be playing. We will not be playing tournaments. I have a favorite Birds of Paradise art. Yes, I have 8th edition Birds of Paradise that I paid an Alterist to alter the borders black on. So black bordered 8th edition Birds of Paradise are my favorite. So let's cast this one and we'll splice additional spells this time. So pitch this worm. And then we'll splice this Desperate Ritual, exiling these Spirit Guides. Do I still have it? I do still have it. I didn't sell my birds, and I didn't sell my Kiki-Jiki. I kept a Kiki-Jiki, a Resto, and a Court of Calling on top of my Birds of Paradise when I sold all my paper cards. It's only turn 2. Look, Modern's a turn 3 format. They took 1 turn, I took 2. That's 3 turns. Alright, cast this. Find my other little piggy. This little piggy goes wee, 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 all the way home. They played their cards, we played ours. I like the new Kiki-Jiki more. The Kiki-Jiki from Modern Masters. Alright. Unplayable green creatures deck. Collective Brutality is probably fine. Bontu's is probably fine. This is a splice into Arcane Tribal deck. Yep. That's exactly what we call it, actually. New chords are best. The new chords are best too. I don't feel strongly on Kiki-Jiki artwork. Court of Calling artwork I feel strongly on. Vince Charming, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people producing content on Twitch right now, so thanks for choosing to support mine this month with that. I do appreciate it. No, Oath of Nissa probably means... I forgot to check and see what a relevant card they took with Oath of Nissa. But Oath of Nissa means they're playing like Cobra Saheeli or something like that. Stoneforge Mystic would have shut that down cold, right? Hey, Domo-kun, thank you for the Twitch Prime support as well. Thanks for helping me do what I do here every day. I do appreciate it. Yep. This deck can technically combo on the first turn of the game as well, chat, if you're not familiar with it. The best Bring to Light deck in Modern is Bring to Light Scape Shift. It's top 8 some Grand Prix and an SCG Open recently. You should look at that. We also played CJ Steele's version of it on stream recently. So you can check those out. Run a board like this. Ritual, Worm, Borby out, Brutality, double Bontu's in. No, the Oath and Seduction really don't have... I'm putting them on Cobra Saheeli, which means they won't have Rest in Peace. Because they're a Rallier... They're a Renegade Rallier Voice of Resurgence deck, most likely. That seems pretty mediocre, but Breach Worm is fine, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Put a mulligan to 5 anyways. How much do I need to donate to get you to no longer accept... Don't resto... Stop it, Justin. Get out of here. I love Restoration Angel. You're not going to take her away from me. That's awesome. Yay, reserve list cards. Alright, fast mana is great. Yep. So if we hit a Nourishing Shoal or a Ritual or a Spirit Guide, we get to put a Worldspine Wurm into play next turn. Griselbrand's a pretty good draw. Means if we draw any mana source next turn, we can put him into play and start doing our thing. The answer is a lot, Laridex. It's a lot. Justin deck is at 281. My body is very ready for a Temple of Tilt. Good. Yep, any mana source or shoal lets us put a pig into play. That technically gives us more outs for the future. The thing is, taking hits here kind of sucks because the more damage we take, the less cards we can draw. Our deck is slow as dirt, right? We did mulligan this game, to be fair. So, the logic on the splice being cheaper, I'm pretty sure is that they weren't expecting you to splice it onto free cards, right? Like, normally if you were splicing onto other cards that had a casting cost. It's not just 282 to passive fight. That's true. That's true. Justin defends his stake. I love the opponent's choice of basic lands. These are great. Discard to hand size, block, kill them. Yeah, that's actually a line at this point. Yeah, the basic forest is kind of medium. I don't know, that artwork's not bad. Do I actually want to just discard the hand size here? I think I do, right? I think I do. Like if they go to combo me, I can put it into play in response. I think I'd rather have these extra spirit cards left over. I could draw Path. Yeah, maybe. Usually this deck doesn't play Path to Exile though. Can you make badges for your subs? No, the only badges I can give subs are the how long they've been subscribed badges, Justin. Put my pig into play. Wow, that's actually pretty unfortunate, huh? I guess I boarded out his shoal, so it's not that unlikely. Need to draw. Draw Griselbrand. I mean, I can still worm them. I was just trying to figure out if I could kill them this turn, because they are threatening a combo kill next turn. So I wanted to try and take a line to see if I could kill them, but it's looking like we're just going to breach worm them. No, worm and Borb takes way too much mana. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and playing and splicing costs 9. We could get Borb and shoot them. I actually don't hate that line. If I could play Borby, attack them, and then shoot their Saheeli and their Lotus Cobra. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. They'll block with their birds. I think that's loose. Oh, I can Goryo's back, Borby. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's better. You can discard Borb, cast Goryo, splice breach. Oh, we can do that, can't we? Hey, thank you for the bits extras. I appreciate that. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God, this deck is so fucked up. This deck is so fucked up. Alright, so yeah, Jet's right. We definitely have exactly enough mana to do that. Splice onto Arcane Tribal. Here we go. So cast, splice additional spells. Blow the cup up. Thank you for the explosion there. Extras, I appreciate it. So let's splice this. Cast this. Splice this. So we'll put Borby and Worldspine Wurm into play, which should be lethal. Just like that, we are a 3-2 deck. All right. I don't know that we really hit matches where fill the cup again. Thank you, Full Metal Adept. I appreciate that. Full Metal, thank you. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I would probably play the ley lines again. I don't know that we really hit enough matchups where the ley lines were going to be good to really know that they were good, bad, or otherwise yet. So I think I would definitely run back another thing. Monthly spew fee. Thank you for the 15 months, Cletus, at the tier 2 level 2. Remember, tier 2 subs get to bump any deck in their queue that they want 10 points. So drop me a private message if there's anything there that you want to see a little bit sooner.